Okay, we're here on the Colorado State University campus with Dr. Jason Ahola, who's on the faculty with the Animal Science Department and does a lot of work with the cow-calf program and particularly with the seedstock program at CSU. And wanted to get kind of an update on your recent bull sale and how that went and some of the kind of trends that you saw there at the sale.
Thanks, John. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we had a great bull sale almost 2 weeks ago. We had our second annual joint sale with Leachman Cattle of Colorado. It's actually CSU's 35th sale, but recently we've joined with Leachman of Cattle of Colorado to increase our bull numbers and give our students a little better perspective of the seedstock business. We sold a little under 30 bulls and averaged around 32.50. Overall, we sold somewhere around 600 bulls. So overall, we were very happy with the sale. We saw about a 50% increase over historical prices, average prices for bull sales, and I think as you've probably seen, a lot of bull sales this year are $500 to $1,000 higher than what we've seen historically. And I think big thing with that is there's not as many bulls out in the country. A lot of bulls went to town last year because cull bulls were worth a lot of money, and there's also fewer seedstock producers, I think. And so there's a good demand for bulls out there, and we were happy to be having some bulls to supply people 2 weeks ago.
What kind of trends did you see in the traits that the buyers were looking for in bulls? Now, I know that CSU has promoted calving ease in their bulls, but I'm sure that that's always important for the producers. But what other kinds of genetic package were were buyers interested in and asking about at the sale this year?
Sure. It's been, our focus historically has been on calving ease, moderate framed, maternal cattle that have a high % calf crop and also wean off a heavy calf. And we've tried to focus with that. I think there's more interest in some growth and some carcass traits, but the interesting thing is the amount of interest on feed efficiency. And we've measured bulls for 2 years in a row for feed intake, and we produce a feed to gain ratio and an RFI value, residual feed intake value. And I think we're going to continue to see that increase, especially with feed costs. Corn is 3 times historical, hay is twice historical prices. I think that's going to be continuing to increase. So we did see quite a bit of interest on that. We've also not seen a lot of Hereford bulls tested for feed efficiency, so we were lucky enough to have some bulls that were tested that way. I think the big thing is over time, producers have been more focused on trying to tie together the whole profitability equation, and that's not only the traditional things like calving ease in terms of number of calves born alive, and weaning weight and yearling weight in terms of growth and weight and carcass traits in terms of income, but also this input cost side in terms of how much is it really costing us to produce all those things. So I think over time, producers are more and more going to focus on ultimately, is one bull going to produce calves that are more profitable than another bull?
And now CSU sells Angus and Hereford bulls. Do you see most of the buyers putting those into crossbreeding programs, or are some of them working with straight bred Angus or Hereford within their own herds?
We've seen historically our buyers, most of them buying both Hereford and Angus bulls in a crossbreeding program, and I think they've done very well with that. A lot of producers have sort of dropped off the Hereford end of it, and they've just continued to use Angus, 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 and I think that's why we've seen a little bit of an uptick in the demand for Hereford genetics, because they need something British to go back on those Angus bulls. Interestingly, this year we had a producer come in and a South Devon seedstock producer buy one of our Hereford bulls that we took to the stock show, because he's in the method or the market of trying to develop the next British breed to sort of replace Angus in the next several decades. South Devon might be able to do that. Hereford might be able to do that. Some combination of the two might be the answer to that. So I think there's going to continue to be a demand for British genetics. The cow herd pretty much is going to need to be at least half British, and we've got so much Angus in there. We need to get some hybrid vigor in. Hereford's in a great place to do that. South Devon, there's some other breeds as well. So I think we're going to see more and more emphasis on crossbreeding over time that we haven't maybe seen over the last maybe even 10, 15 years.
Good. Well, it's interesting to hear about it, and I'm glad to hear that you had a successful sale.
Thanks
a lot for your time.